100% fake free. This is the Robbie Kruse Show, and we're live from my garage. And famous people are going to sit right there. Nice. 90% of all single-use plastic goes to landfill or ends up in our oceans. UNsmother Nature. Let her breathe. Episode 6 of the Robbie Kruse Show, live from my garage. It's good to have you here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Just click below, click subscribe, and then you can click on the notifications as well on the Robbie Kruse Show. We'd love to have you part of it. Our guest today is also one of those semi-professional golfers and full-time golfers at the moment. Recently became a father, one of our favorite Springboks, or former Springboks, Ryan Kankowski. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks, Robbie. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. So tell us, recently became a dad.
Yes.
How has life changed? Because you arrived here, and the first thing I realized was the baby seat in the back of your car.
Everything's ridiculous. It hasn't been too bad, to be honest. Sleep was a thing to quite get used to, in the beginning. There's 1 hour, 2 hours. But he's been good. He's pushing it. Doesn't cry all day. And my missus at home, obviously, so it makes things a lot easier. And he's been chilled. It's actually, comparing it to people who tell me stories about screaming babies and everything.
But you guys are pretty placid. I've met you and your wife, or I've met your wife as well. You guys are just relaxed people. I think that surely adds a lot to it.
Yeah, they say apparently relaxed parents helps baby be relaxed, and then you get other guys saying, quite different things.
We were relaxed that our baby wasn't.
Yeah, so I'm just, hopefully he stays like this. They say like month 4, so they start, boob, sleep doesn't happen anymore. You got to find things to keep them busy. So, I'm just hoping it stays this easy.
You got some time, say, on your hands, but you're a hands-on dad.
Yes.
So that's important to you. You
yes.
like to be there.
No, I want to be, like you want to be a part of it. At the moment you're seeing them change, smiling. They're doing so many different things the whole time. So you don't want to miss those, and obviously coming from sport, a lot of my friends, you're always touring, you're missing all those really important things. Luckily I waited till I could at least be at home for all these things, and hopefully it benefits in the end.
Was your family life the same? How was that growing up? Were you a tight-knit bunch?
Yeah, I don't know, I'd say very tight. Like our whole family is extremely close. Every December, I think my mom and her 4 sisters, we all go, the whole family, like 21, 25 of us. Jeez. We all go to the same sort of town over December, so we're still extremely close. I still almost chat to my parents every single day. So brothers and sisters, still give them shit every day.
Good.
So we're still, I'd say, extremely close. As close as you can be, being all over the country. Yeah,
and you obviously being all over the world as well.
Yes.
You spent a lot of time there. How was that? Was that a tough thing being away for so long?
No, I'd say obviously going to school, I was boarding school, so you kind of get used to being in your own space, going straight out of school, Durban, with the Sharks into a rugby house, alone, then, leaving to Japan 6 years, it felt like nothing, just easy to do it. What became tough was, in South Africa, you still get your holidays, you still get family time over those key things, where Japan is, December, you're playing rugby on Christmas Day, New Year's you're playing rugby, and you're staying there up until, middle Feb. So what became tough was actually seeing your family and friends all having a fun, fun time. Oh yes, dude. And you're sitting there, you head to toe, gloves, beanie, it's snowing, you're cold, everyone's like on the beach, so it was...
And you're just hating life there,
dude, it took a while to get used to.
But you not made family, but I constantly see you posting about your family over there. And
yes.
I mean, then they kind of adopted you kind of.
Yeah, so we had an amazing Japanese teacher like Cheko, she even flew down for my wedding, the most amazing woman. And she really took the time out, to spend time. We had lessons twice a week. Half the time you could catch her, just talk about something in South Africa. She loves wildlife. She's been to, I think, Africa like 20 times, so she loves coming out here. And then she kind of adopted me, she showed me where to go, what to do. She booked things. When my wife came over, she literally took her under the wing and was like, sweet, we'll see you in a day, so she just took her out, and, we still in contact, There's a lady, Mochida, at the thing, she was our manager, and she basically also adopted me. They literally, like your mom, look after, run around, do everything. When you're sick, she's there. She wants to, feed you. So it was a special time in my life, and I absolutely love Japan.
And how did you have to bend over? Like, do you have to bend to go?
I don't know if you
places?
feel down
Or
my
just
head.
your-
I've got like a scar.
Sure.
Dude, I used to hit every single door the first year. Like you bend and it's just like whack, middle of your head.
So it's a real question.
No,
then.
it's a real
question.
it's a real
It's a
thing.
real struggle there.
No, it's a proper struggle. But, you know, in the rugby circles, the guys are quite big. But on average, they, you know, small little guys, they see you and they just like, wow, you know, what do you do? Where are you from? Yeah, it's quite a funny thing.
Before we get to what you're doing or what you're busy with at the moment in life after rugby, how was your time over there? I mean, before even the Springboks, like, how was your time over in Japan?
Like amazing, you know, like I've been asked a few times what it's like compared to South Africa, and you can't unless you've actually gone to an experience. You know, it's like the complete opposite. You know, everything works like time. If they say 10:01, train's going to be here. 10:01, their train's there. If it's leaving 10:02, those doors close. They don't care.
And that's it.
You know, it's certain things might take a bit longer to get delivered to you, but when you get it, it works. That's amazing. Like buildings, I came home for 2 weeks and there was literally like a block, maybe like 3-4 stories high. I went home for 2 weeks. When I got back, it was a rice field. So they like
When they say they're going to
when
do
they say they're
something,
going to do something, they do it like it. You actually can't explain it. You know, business-wise, they're crazy. You know, in South Africa, we've got I wouldn't say a culture, maybe generalizing, yeah. But where on a Friday, 4 o'clock, people have already switched off. They're leaving. You know, in Japan, if their boss hasn't left the office, not one employee will leave. Like how disrespectful is it? How can your boss be working harder than you? You know, so for them, like if they come home at 10:30 at night, their wife isn't upset with him. She's like happy with him because he's obviously working hard for the family. You know, so
it's okay, why are you late?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll often see in
For you.
yes, but like half the time the guys aren't even working. Do you see them at a place having a few beers, or they'll be sleeping in the car because they don't want to go home too early. Because then it's like, okay, well, you're obviously not working hard enough. You know, like what are you doing? So there's like, it's a proper, it's a massive adjustment. Kids going to 2 schools, sometimes even 3. You know, they'll go to school in the morning, school in the afternoon. At night time, you're coming home and you'll see these kids learning at like an international school, learning to speak English. You know,
Like
so
really applying themselves.
like it's mind blowing. So if anyone, if they ever wanted to go, I'd say
Go check it out.
go check it out. They're the most phenomenal country in the world.
Did you apply yourself? Did you learn how to speak
I had to,
Japanese?
you know, like yes, my teacher, I got by. I've forgotten a lot now. But when you go back and you hear them talking, then it's basics. You know, you can go order things. Where's this? How to do this? You know, you have to, learn to find your way around. Otherwise, you got properly lost.
And rugby calls, was that also in Japanese?
No, so you're lucky. So your head coach was Japanese, but then your 2 forwards, backline coach were English. So you obviously, most of the time you had a translator.
I was about to say you were translator,
yeah, so you had numbers and colors that you had to learn. Jeez, I have to try and remember some of them. But, you different numbers, parts of the thing, and colors, you had to kind of learn these before the season came. So, yeah, it was quite tough. You'd often see the guys like,
he speaks and then you wait for
sit
the...
there trying to work out how to count.
Just
but
jump,
it's good.
just
Yeah,
jump and
it
lift.
was,
That's-
yeah, it was so good.
Look, rugby has taken you a lot of places, and it's something that I think, always got to be thankful for. But
Yes.
where did that love start? Where did...
I don't know, my dad played rugby, so I think it might have been like a subconscious thing, growing up watching him. My mother showed me some report cards from when I was in bridge school, pre-primary school, where they'd drop a rugby ball into the thing and I'd lose my mind, they'd say they couldn't put any ball because all of a sudden I had to get it and I just went, like crazy. So she was she thinks it's from my dad. He played over 100 games for Eastern Province, and always kind of being around all those people. I think it got it, in there somewhere. And I loved it. At school I had so much fun playing. It was
even from primary school?
Yeah, primary
High school you were at St Andrews in Grahamstown.
Yes.
Which is also a fun job.
Grahamstown.
Sure.
So it was like running rugby. It was fun rugby. You weren't allowed to kick. It was, go out there, express yourself. And I think that's probably where the love for the game came. We had so much fun. And, then obviously getting that opportunity. We came to St. Stithians Rugby Festival. A guy, Hans Skriber, spotted me there. it's like, come to the Sharks, you know, I had Sharks, Province, and I think Potch or something like that. And my mom was like, if I go to any of the other ones, you know, she'll never see me. You know, what about the Sharks? And I loved the Sharks at the time. And yeah, geez, it just happened so quickly.
It's always been a cool brand though. Sharks
yeah, it has. They've going more and more. They're getting crazier and crazier. Yeah, they've been one of the ones that are always in the front. You know, they're trying new things the whole time, and you know, you can see now their brand is blowing up.
It started back with Shark Bite TV. Remember that?
Yes.
Like it got more like an inside look into the Changerooms. And
yes, they're a complete separate like media team. So most, I think most unions had their own thing, and they kept it in house, where they went properly professional onto a media side. So I forget the guy's name. You got a lady now, Navashni, who's
I do a lot with her. She's incredible.
No,
Does
she's unbelievable. And you know, I still chat with her all the time. But you know, she's probably one of the call it old school that have stayed through. You know, and they are always looking at new things. It's off field. It's family. It's, you know, how do you bring
fans to the stadium?
How do you bring everyone there? You know, because it's not the easiest thing these days. And yeah, they're just growing every year. It's a new idea. It's new ways to grow rugby, and yeah, they got something special down there.
Then you went to high school. Tell me about Grahamstown. How was that? Was it like everyone's dream? Because we went there on a water polo tour, and it was probably one of the greatest weeks like of my whole entire life.
In the water.
Water polo. We also played water polo. It was also
it's so much fun. You know, I was actually quite a goody two shoes back then, so I didn't do too much. But like, you know, we had a lot of weekends. You Kenton down the road. We spent all our weekends, or our, what do you call it, midterm like breaks and stuff. So someone rented a house or had a house, and they're debaucherous. You know, you have proper fun weekends. But Grahamstown's so special. You know, I still get an amazing feeling when I drive down those roads into Grahamstown. Took my wife back there now the other day, just driving through, and it's a special place. There's so many schools. And those schools kind of run that city, you know. I think St Andrews, like they founded the university, you know. So there's a lot of history there, and yeah, I love it.
Do you think the Lighty's going to follow in your footsteps? Or are you going to let him play rugby, or?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, the way I feel right now, you know, as long as he picks a sport, you know, I don't want him to do absolutely nothing, and yeah, I'll back him. You know, no matter what it is, I might nudge him towards golf.
That's also hard to get.
It's a tough one.
It's better on the body. Like you arrived here earlier, and you said to me that you know you went for your first yoga class.
Yes.
If I'm not wrong.
I've never been more sore. You know, it's like it was tough. You know, you see people bending in ways like my body just can't. You know, she's like bend back,
maximum.
And I'm like, she like comes and tries to move you, and it's like a piece of metal. It's like, okay, we'll work on it. Just maybe stay in this balance thing. So I've had friends trying to twist my arm to get into it, you know, and it's really good for my golf. You know, I need to get flexible. I need to find something just to get the body moving. So I've been doing a lot of gym, took a long break now, and I could feel the body starting to get sore. So I'm gonna have to stay busy for the rest of my life to try and I'll just not be sore.
Remember the next thing you're catching that Lighty jumping off a bunk bed.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. It's like shoulders and
lift it up to you.
Yeah.
Like And then another question I had for you is it's not going to be the last one. Is it something you want to grow a big family? Do you want a whole rugby team? Or?
No, I don't know. You know, it depends what I can afford right now. So it wasn't planned. You know, we had planned to have kids. It was maybe a year or two early. But I think it's perfect timing. You know, the wife's gone into a new job. You know, I can still be at home, help out as much as possible, and yeah, he's unbelievable. So I don't think we actually look at each other the whole time. It's like, you know, if we had to decide, okay, now I don't know if we would have got to that point, and then numbers, I don't know. You know, like we'll see.
Whatever happens,
happens, and you know, we'll take it from there. So it's a massive blessing, and yeah, just like
they're all going to be golfers though.
We're all
going to push them down.
I'll have to, you know, just nudge him. Yeah, I really got friends saying, no, we'll give it a little set, and we'll try and make a plan.
No, we look forward to it. And your golf, how's your golf going?
Bad.
Is it?
Yeah, no, it's you know, you're always trying to learn. Like, I can't, yeah, you know, you're good for where you are now. You know, I think I'm like an 8.6 somewhere there.
That's not bad.
But you want to do better. So when you go a bit, you know, wayward, it's tough. You know, I can't half do anything. That's my problem.
Yeah,
so
that's a competitive spirit. That's obviously just there. So whether it's on the rugby field or the golf course,
it's so bad. So like you see, I start getting like agitated. So it's like you just want to do better.
You're thinking about a ball you shanked a week ago.
I literally shanked one yesterday. So it's like you just want to do better. Like you want to do things, but then we don't practice as much as the pros. So like I played with the pros now at Serengeti, that pro-am. And they make ridiculous mistakes as well. They just don't make as many as we do, but they do it. You know, I've seen like one of the best pros shank it. You know, you see them duff it.
Lovely, yeah.
You see it, and it makes your heart so warm.
So warm inside, fuzzy.
So they are human, and they practice and they eat thousands of balls a day. And yeah, we are with our 30-minute warm-up thinking we're not going to make mistakes. So I'll get there one day.
No, you will, definitely.
Yeah, I'll get there
I've seen you play golf. You're quite a hustler.
Yeah, because you got to work it.
You got to work it. We lost it. Well, we beat them by 1 point, I remember, in a par 3 competition that we had once. So, no, the man knows what he's doing. I'm not plastic. You seem to me, every person we get on the show is not plastic. And there's people that I don't say approve of, but I think that life approves of. And you're such a lacquer oak. But what does I'm not plastic mean to you?
It literally reminds me of these bins. Like... in Japan, they hammered it into you.
That's
the whole
that we didn't even
recycling thing.
Talk to me about that.
Every day is a separate day where they put certain things into rubbish. So in Japan, green box was like your edibles. So you threw them in there. Food waste. Black bag inside it's actually a green bag inside a black bin. But had to go out on a Monday.
These ones, by the way. These ones. It's the green one.
On a Monday, pink was plastic bottles. That's a Tuesday and a Thursday type thing. Saturday was like metal caps and like anything metal. Like becomes ingrained. They come and shout at you.
Like that's how.
Yes, like they'll literally come into you and they'll shout at you. You know, magazines, like those paper things are put onto a certain day. It's like biodegradable, non-this. And like you get the different types of plastics that are like, you know, biodegradable, and that goes into a separate bag. The ones that can't, it's like every specific day, that truck comes around like clockwork, they pick it up, and if it's not ready, they just drop your bag right there and they just leave.
And that's it.
It's like, we've sorted out, we'll come back in a few days' time. So if you want a massive pile of rubbish, you don't do it. So it took us a while, you know. Then again, Mochida Cheko came into my apartment, they're like, no, these things, you do this, and then you end up having 3 different, you know, you got to take the cap off.
And
so the bottle, the plastic bottle and the cap are 2 separate types of plastic. So they've got to go into separate. It's.
But does it become ingrained in you? I mean, that's somewhere.
Definitely.
Where we're heading, because
yes.
I mean, we're messing this planet up as fast as you and I are sitting here.
It becomes literally. You just know, boom, boom, boom. This day, you know, take it down. And they got a hell of a system that side. So I don't know. I think the amount of waste they must produce, they get rid of everything like crazy. So. Excuse me. So, it's something that becomes a part of you, and if we don't sort something out, we're going to stuff this planet up properly.
We are.
It's ridiculous. So,
are you going to become a future gamer? Is that where it's at? Because I see you doing a lot of online gaming.
I already am. So that's the problem. I brought something to show you.
Okay.
So it's gaming. I had to take a back seat. I don't think I've turned my computer on in like 3-4 weeks. Because babies become taken over my little man cave. But it's been a massive part of my life. I can't remember not, playing games, whether it's on my phone or, PC, Dota, Warzone. I've got so many friends across.
So all the gamers listening now, you better subscribe, because we have Ryan Kankowski, the gamer, on here.
Yeah, so I play plenty.
Well, what are you playing at the moment? What's your...
between Dota and Warzone.
Still a fan of Dota?
Yeah, I love it. Like, you go away every now and then when they change something, but then it just draws you back.
PUBG? No.
I did play PUBG. Like, I smashed it. I hated Warzone when it came out. But then when I went across to Warzone, it's just a lot more user-friendly, faster-paced. It seems a bit more realistic, Then I try to go back to PUBG, and it just feels completely wrong. Like, so Warzone now, non-stop. and love it.
Yeah, well, there's a big future, man. You say you want your lighter to pick a sport, but I mean, if he picks esports, that's like that's a sport as well.
It's massive, you know.
And
if
money
he's,
in that.
And if he's good enough, you know, I'd still want him to have a bit of balance. You know, you still have to find a sport at school that keeps him active. Yeah, he has to be active outside. Because I've seen too many guys. If you go that one way, I promise you, you'll speak to a guy. Like I've made so many friends, online friends, and you'll meet them at Comic-Con or, you know, at Rage, and they're proper personalities. You know, they'd be like you sitting here now with you, like they amazing talking and stuff through a headset. You bump into him, he can't make conversation, he can't make eye contact with you, and you'll be like, listen, dude, you know, come on. And then once you pull it out of him, then he's unbelievable. But you can see there's that
barrier.
Yeah, it's like a barrier, you know. So I think you need to find the right balance, you know, getting out there, you know, whether it's staying, get some sun, you know, go and have some fun with your friends, and then go spend 20 hours, you know, behind a computer. But yeah, it's growing at a, you know, crazy pace. Dota, the competition's like $30 million if you win one competition.
Really.
It's, you know, the internet, it's crazy. But when you actually spend time and you watch it, it's like the Masters this weekend.
Oh, but we're all
like
going to be watching. That's where Ryan will be on the couch watching the Masters.
You need to just check the time, yeah.
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, but like the international is over a good couple of days. We could start a team, and anyone can try and make it. You play, and it's a seeding system. You know, if you win all the way to the top, you can be invited. You fly over and you take part.
Where are you seated at the moment now on that night?
No, I'm nowhere. No, it's like, I promise you, it's like so hard to compare like how good these guys actually are. And I've got one or two friends that are like top 50 in the world, like from South Africa with our latency issues. And you'll see 5 brilliant players trying to take them on. And this one guy can actually school like these 5 good players. And then it's like they it looks like they're completely cheating. And then when you actually sit there and you watch them, their hands are like doing things, they're like, and they do something. He's like, yeah, but you can see this. I'm like, dude, how do you even know? He says, yeah, but
you should come around that.
Yeah, it's like they know.
Do this, do that.
They just know. It's like a sixth sense. And like the guys that are really good are that good. And yeah, it's only growing in South Africa. They say we're about 10 years behind, you know, everyone else esports wise. So, you know, the moment they can sort out like a latency thing, I think you'll find a lot more guys getting a lot more professional. They're trying, you know, but at the moment, yeah, you have to work or study. You have to find something to do to pay for that gaming, where overseas you get put into a house, they throw thousands of dollars at you, everything's set up, and you can only do well. You know, if you've got a bit of talent, you have to.
Backing,
yeah, they back you. So
what's next for Ryan? I say what's next, but you did decide when you came back from overseas, take it a little bit easier,
yes.
Take it, relax, because you've just been playing professional rugby,
yes.
Training week in, week out, whether it's for the box or whether it's for over in Japan and whatnot. What are you busy with?
I got involved in some property development while I was playing in Japan. They did some stuff down in Cape Town, Durban. It's a mixture between like residential, the mixed commercial residential ones, industrial. Like there's many warehouses. So, you know, while you're playing, it's quite easy. You know, you so focus on this, you kind of just look at a few documents, numbers, and put money into it. So, you know, well, luckily when I stopped, I kind of took a step back. We sold a lot of the stuff. I've kept a few to manage at the moment, and yeah, it gets me by. You know, at the moment, it's easy. I have my phone on me half an hour a day, just to make sure everyone's happy. And you know, I don't know. I was thinking maybe trying to, you know, get into something like coaching, schoolboy. I don't know. It's more to give back and actually do something that I want to do. So I've been, touch wood, very fortunate with the stuff I've done so far. I did marry a CA, so that was my
very clever investment.
Retirement annuity. So she's got to pull through. You know, she's got to pull her weight. But yeah, I'll eventually find something. You know, I've met some amazing businessmen up in Joburg. You know, and they all just seem so helpful with, you know, like what to do. Come up with something. So I don't know. I'll try and find something that, you know, it will make a difference that I really want to do, and yeah, we'll try and take it from there.
But for the moment, it's just golf, man.
Yeah, it's much nice baby golf.
Baby golf.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll try. I'll have to get this body fixed again, and then I can maybe start focusing on golf again.
Oh, thanks, bud. But all the best. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
We'll take this to the course next.
Yeah.
See how he does.
Yeah. Try.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers. Hi, I'm Ryan Kankowski, and I'm not plastic.
This week's guest for our I'm Not Plastic segment is someone really cool, Zetu from the Green Movement. Hello, Zetu. How are you?
Hi there, Robbie. How you doing?
Welcome.
Sweet. Thanks for having me.
What is or who are the Green Movement?
What the Green Movement is we're an organization, we're a group of young people, and what we're trying to do is steady and slowly change the way people view fuels and how they view technology as well. As most people see this as a thing that we kind of need to consume more from the earth, whereas we believe the earth is giving us more than enough resources for us to harness that and create what we need and meet our demands and needs and present.
So you had all this sawdust heaping up in your dad's backyard?
Yeah, so there we are 3 months later with tons of sawdust in the backyard, and my dad gives us an ultimatum. Get the sawdust out of here or make a plan with it, but I can't sit here or else you guys have to close the business.
The business is done.
Business is done. That's when we start researching what can we do with these, because it's really against our company values to take this and put it in landfills or go throw it away illegally. So we start researching and we find ideally the best thing to do with it is make a briquette. But we want to make our own special briquette and not just compressed sawdust. So we start researching, we start testing, we start using, I think the pilot Woody was made from sawdust, paper and water.
How long did that take?
3 months to dry, just to kind of solidify and test out. 3 months. I think in hindsight, when looking back, the water wasn't like a really good addition.
Well, right? I mean, trial and error.
Trial and error, yeah. So yeah, there we are. We start that 3 months later. We light this thing and it works. Burns horribly. Smoke everywhere. Burns for about 5 minutes. Done. But I mean, we're really glad that we made something that burns.
It took light.
It took light. It burns. It burns. Yeah. So. And then just from there, we've just continuously just developed. I remember there was a period for about 4 months where I was just, at the time I was working somewhere else, I had like a corporate job. So I'd work and then get home at 6, from 6 till about 2 in the morning, just research and development, test out new combinations, see how long it burns. And then eventually we got to this, and then from there we've obviously made different variations, which are the scented ones and the mosquito repellent and so on.
Okay, but let's for somebody that doesn't know, these are Woodies. This is what we're talking about. So all the sawdust eventually turned into something that now is a product. Tell me about Woodies. What is this? Woodies
is very interesting, and how it's interesting, it's very different to traditional solid fuels, and traditional solid fuels is being firewood, it's charcoal and coal. Yeah, so it's a drive away from using those solid fuels and using whatever we do create as waste in different industries like sawdust. We take all those waste from different industries and we put into one bowl to make an alternative solid fuel made from renewable materials.
It's ridiculous. It's so cool. And then how does this work? How long does this thing burn for? How long does one of these balls burn for?
So one of these balls burn for minimum an hour.
Jeez.
Minimum an hour. There's hardly any smoke under combustion. There's low CO2 emissions. It's clean as well. I mean, you can't grab a piece of coal and just
you put dirty.
So it's clean as well. It's very easy to use. It's convenient as well for storage, simply because of how one woody works as compared to any other solid fuel. We assume that about 1 kilogram of woodies puts as much energy output as about 3 kilograms of charcoal.
Jeez.
Yeah, so in terms of a price point, in terms of a use point, it's very cool for customers to interact with, to use. It's got like a lot of different uses. You can put it on, we've put on like a candlestick for internal lighting. We've created the stove where you put in just one woody, and it's good for outdoor use.
I'm thinking like when I go camping, also on that note, like I'm busy pitching my tent, I'd light one of these, and next thing you know, there's light for the campsite.
There you go. And you don't have to carry one of those 6 kg cylinders for gas.
Slugging one of those around and getting that done. Where can I get hold of these? Where do you sell these? Who do you sell them to?
Look, currently we're in the retail market, but we're very limited. We've got a few Pick and Pays. We've got, I think, a shop in Dainfern, and we've got distributors in Turffontein. But we can also sell to end users. We can also sell B2C, to customers. We can sell to customers. We can sell to businesses. We even have informal distributors across the country who sell in their own personal capacity.
Your product?
Yeah, our product. So ideally contact us, but I mean, if you have someone you can buy them from.
We're Green Movement, so where would I follow you guys? How would I get a hold of you guys, like online and stuff, if I'm excited about this?
Instagram and Facebook is @Green Movement Energy. Twitter is at Green M Energy, and LinkedIn Green Movement.
Okay, lovely. Well, I'll tweet all of those as well, and I'll post on some of it on my Instagram page as well. But go follow these guys, the Green Movement. It really is a fantastic thing that you guys are doing, and thank you very much for bringing these things along. We look forward to following the progress and seeing what you guys are going to achieve with this. But what is it that, when I say that, what is it that you want to achieve? What's your goal?
We want people to move away from the over-reliance of traditional solid fuel or fossil fuels because of the greenhouse gases they emit, because of the dangers. I mean, like, there's so many people that die per year in mines because of mining for coal. There's so many people who die from smoke inhalation from coal. There's so much happens from a health perspective just as humans that we should be aware that coal isn't really all that great. Let's use something clean. Let's use something that the world has provided for us, which is Woodies.
Did you see yourselves back in the day when you started this that you'd be sitting here, with this new venture doing something?
No, not with Robbie Kruse, not in his garage. No.
That's it. And lastly, I want to know, when you read that sign over there, I'm not plastic. Back to basics. What does that mean to you?
I really love how firstly it's written. I'm not plastic, but the plastic is scratched out just to emphasize on that. And it's human and nature. Don't be plastic, don't be fake. At the same time, don't create plastic, don't harm the environment. I really love what it stands for. I really like to be part of or working with something like this. It's a really great initiative.
And that's exactly what we're doing. As at I'm Not Plastics, working with the Green Movement, and Woodies is an incredible product. Go buy it, go try it out, support these guys. And Zetsu, thank you very much for coming on the show, bro.
Thanks, brother. Great to be here.
Cool.
Sweet.